details about this man you see on the shot here. That's Tyrek Burton. He was shot and killed just hours after his wedding in Greensboro. He leaves behind multiple children and his new wife. WRL's Monica Casey spoke with some family members about how their day of love and laughter turned to heartbreak.
Excited and happy for them. Ready for the I-do's.
Nyashiria Holloway tells me Tyrek and her sister Kiara had been together for 16 years.
We grew up in the same neighborhood when they started going together. When my nieces, my two oldest nieces, was very young.
And he asked my brother who was in the car. Who was in the car and who just passed him at the stop sign. And my brother said, "If I did, I'm sorry."
Moments later, the man opened fire, killing Tyrek in front of his new wife.
Yo, face! Show your face, please, with sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, as if Hurricane Helene striking North Carolina, killing multiple people just weeks ago wasn't enough for you, a crazy twist of events have unfolded for a Roxborough man that was celebrating his wedding after getting married to the woman he's been with for 16 years. At a time when everybody is supposed to be happy, joyful, and eager to celebrate two individuals coming together to spend the rest of their life as one, things would take a shocking turn in a matter of hours or even minutes. 37-year-old man by the name of Tyrek Burton went from dancing with his wife moments after saying "I do" to losing his life just side out of the venue he celebrated at when he was shot about 15 times. No one knows the true motive behind the incident, but many are speculating that it was due to a road rage incident. As I dove deep into the story, I personally think it has to be more to it, because it's hard to believe that someone would risk it all and shoot someone 15 times without knowing if he was the proper target. To shoot someone 15 times seemed more like a crime of passion or someone that got an inner hate for the victim. However, there's no details stating that the suspect and the victim had any relation to each other, but what does remain is that a father, brother, son, and husband is no longer here, all because of a situation that could have been avoided. Now, before we get into the story, I think it's also important to point out the senseless violence that has been occurring in Greensboro for the year 2024 alone. Statistics show Burton's death has been marked as the 32nd homicide in Greensboro of this year. And when it comes to North Carolina as a whole, domestic violence related deaths has been a huge thing, as it's said that 68 homicides have been domestic related since January of this year. North Carolina has also been ranked number 6 when it comes to gun violence happening on school grounds, indicating that firearms are beginning to end up in children's hands as well, which is never a good thing. Many people are beginning to question North Carolina's lenient gun laws, as it's been well known that North Carolina is considered an open carry state even if you don't have a permit, as long as you're 18 and over. Some may agree or disagree with these laws because most people feel that an 18-year-old still isn't a fully grown adult who's able to control their emotions, and a firearm added just make matters worse. Not to mention, they're allowed to possess a firearm without a permit, and they're not even allowed to get an alcoholic beverage, which warrants you to be 21. So everyone have their own opinions on gun laws. However, let's get into the story of Tyrek Burton, who lost his life on his wedding day in front of his wife after an alleged road rage incident that took place. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. 37-year-old Tyrek Burton was a father of 4 who was living out a dream that he always hoped to come true. He proposed to his wife-to-be just 2 years ago on Christmas Day, after the two was together for about 16 years. On Saturday, October 12, 2024, Kiara Burton and Tyrek Burton walked the aisle as family and friends cheered on, celebrating the two who just vowed to be together until death did them part. In videos, Tyrek could be seen dancing and enjoying himself taking pictures as he admired his wife Kiara. Everything was going good, but that's until an unwanted guest would enter the parking lot of the wedding reception at the Barber Park Event Center. Tyrek left the event center to get something from another location as everyone still celebrated. Witnesses say it was just before 9 p.m. when an unknown man would come to the parking lot and allege that one of the attendees of the event was just in a road rage incident with him and demanded to know who it was. No one knew who the man was, but the man says that someone cut him off and was obviously still mad at whoever it was, stating that the person came into the event center parking lot. Tyrek had just came back and the suspect indicated that whoever was in the car passed him at the stop sign and says that they cut him off. Witnesses said the suspect asked who was in the car and who just passed him at the stop sign. Tyrek, trying to be a mediator of everything, told the man, quote, "If I did, I'm sorry." Unfortunately, still full of rage, the man opened fire on Tyrek in the parking lot and then fled the scene. Police were called about 8:49 p.m. to respond to the shooting, and when they arrived, they would find Tyrek in the parking lot suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Emergency personnel will perform immediate efforts to save Tyrek's life, but he would succumb to his injuries shortly after, as he was pronounced deceased on the scene. What was once a joyful time turned tragic for family and friends, as reports also mentioned that Tyrek's wife Kiara was outside along with Tyrek's daughter, and they had to witness Tyrek tragically lose his life as well. According to reports, Tyrek was shot 15 times, basically apologizing over the situation he had no awareness of by a stranger he didn't even know. Imagine celebrating your wedding and enjoying yourself on a day that's supposed to be life-changing, or for it to be ruined over something you had no idea of. Tyrek's sister had something to say about the incident. Y'all check this out.
A random person came to this park, a public area, and shot my brother cold blood over an allegedly stop sign issue.
Tyrek and Kiara only been married for a total of 7 hours before his life was taken by the unidentified suspect. Although everyone is calling this just a random act of violence, I'm sure it has to be way more to the story than we know. It's one thing to shoot someone over a road rage incident, because we do know that tempers can flare and people could get mad and things could heighten whenever there's a weapon involved. However, it's another story when you shoot someone you don't even know 15 times in front of everybody without a care in the world. Not only is it a bold thing to do, but you have to be a different kind of mad to commit such an act knowing witnesses are around and possibly cameras can identify who you are. How serious can a road rage incident be if Tyrek didn't even know that he was involved in it? Then to apologize and still be shot 15 times in front of your wife and daughter is something I may not wish on my worst enemy. There hasn't been any response from Tyrek's wife about the incident, but further investigations are going on to find the suspect, as Greensboro police do not have any in custody at this time. This incident should serve as a reminder to be careful of your surroundings, especially during road rage incidents, because a simple disagreement could turn deadly without you even knowing. Tyrek didn't even know that it was that serious, and it seemed like he didn't even know he was involved in a road rage incident. He went as far as apologizing and still lost his life. Rest in peace to Tyrek and condolences to his family. Y'all jump in the comments and let us know what y'all think about this story you just heard. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out.